Hey everyone, Presito here. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about all the good news that's come out recently about crypto in general and my thoughts about potential bull market coming up. So with all this good news coming out, it almost seems inevitable that the bull market is coming. A lot of people predict that it's going to be next year, but with all this good news, it looks like it could be sooner than we think. And obviously everyone's waiting for a bull market, for all the opportunities to pop up, and just in general for everything to be pro again, like it used to be a while ago. Obviously, it's been quite a long time since there was the bull market. It was early 2022, I believe, is when it started dying down. And ever since then, it's not been good in general. In the beginning of this year, there was a bit of a meme market where some gains were to be made. But since then, things have been just bleeding. But finally now things are looking active again. The market volume in general has shot up almost 200% over the past few days. So things are really looking awesome. And I'm going to be covering some of the good news that's come out and why we are bullish. So firstly, as everyone's probably heard, XRP had a landmark win against the SEC over the XRP cryptocurrency, and this was basically declaring that they are not a security, and that is a huge win for crypto. And the price of Ripple basically 2x'd within a day, which is insane considering its market cap. I mean, it went up billions of market cap, and that's really incredible for that size. The volume needed to pump that is insane. And due to this victory, Kraken and Coinbase will relist XRP, and I'm sure many more exchanges will follow with this. And this is really good for altcoins in general. Bitcoin dominance dumped like crazy, and that's a good sign for alts and potentially a bull market, and even just Bitcoin to pump. The next really good news that literally just came out is regarding Blackrock. The CEO just said that crypto will transcend international currencies due to global demand. And that's a huge statement. And as we know, BlackRock kind of controls everything. They're so big and own basically everything. So for them to say this is huge. And it's good that BlackRock is on the side of crypto. And obviously there's news of their ETF, which I'll cover shortly. But the fact that they are saying this is really incredible. If we have a look at CoinMarketCap, there's this cool fiat currency compared to Bitcoin, where we can see the circulating supply and total market cap of fiat. And we can see here, if what he's saying is true and it will overtake it, then 1.25 trillion current market cap is actually tiny compared to what it can potentially become. So that's super exciting and really definitely a bull factor. We can see that the 24-hour volume is 73 billion, which is incredible. Dominance of Bitcoin obviously has dumped quite a bit since the news. A lot of people see that as a good thing, obviously, for the bull market coming. Anyways, talking about BlackRock, we can see here that the SEC acknowledges their spot Bitcoin ETF application. So this has been a talk for quite some time. Recently they had to revise it due to some points, and people saw that as bad news, and the prices dumped a bit, but it turned out not to be bad news, and the requirements of the SEC were not actually that crazy. Something to do with exchanges, I believe, but it's still looking good for the ETF. So that's super bullish. Then next up, also Standard Chartered Bank with over 830 billion predicts Bitcoin price will surge to over $120,000 by the end of 2024. Obviously take all these predictions with a grain of salt, but that's obviously bullish to see these big names being bullish on crypto, especially a bank which in general are known to hate crypto. So that's really good to see. Also, speaking of ETFs, Europe's first spot Bitcoin ETF will be live this month. So that's also really huge news. Australia's first spot Bitcoin ETF application filed with regulators, and US SEC acknowledges Bitwise's spot Bitcoin ETF refiling. So all these ETFs are getting acknowledged and things are looking really good. If these get approved, prices will pump. Next up is the CPI inflation, which is 3%, which is the lowest since March 2021, which is really a long time, 2.5 years. And it's lower than expected. It was expected to be 4%, and it's actually 3%. So also PPI inflation 0.1%. So in terms of the economy, things are looking really good. Also, if we have a look at the S&P 500, It's almost at all-time high. And as you guys know, Bitcoin in the past was very correlated with the stocks. When the S&P mooned, Bitcoin would moon. If it dumped, Bitcoin would dump. And it was really annoying. Obviously, everyone hated that. Now it seems a bit more decorrelated. But with this mooning, it's always a good sign as well for Bitcoin. Then lastly, some other big factors to consider in terms of trends and so on is that the bear market has been around now for a year or two, which in general ties to other bear markets. For example, 2019 to 2020 is where 2018 actually to 2020 was a 2-year bear market or so. Now it's been since early 2022, so it's been a year, almost 2. So in terms of cycles, it looks like the bull market is potentially on the way. And if you have a look at the chart as well, it almost looks inevitable. And some other things to consider is in bear markets in general, there've always been discounts of around 70 to 80%. Obviously, the 2018 and 2019 bull market was a bit more brutal, and some of the dumps were even more. But in general, on the top coins, it's been around 70 to 80% price drop. And that's what has happened since the main bull market of 2021. So that is also something to consider. Also, that Bitcoin and Ethereum as well actually showed a lot of strength through this bear market, despite bad news all the time. It still held 30,000 and stayed around there really strongly. So that is a super good sign as well as Ethereum sticking around its 1,700, 1,800 price. So things are looking really pro, and I hope everyone's ready for a bull market. I've been covering a lot of valuable information in my videos recently to prepare everyone as best as possible for bull markets and to have tools available and at your disposal to maximize your gains when the bull market finally hits. A lot of the tools I cover in the bear market aren't that useful, but when a bull market comes, then it's really, really helpful. So hopefully you guys find those tools useful. And I'm also going to be making a lot more videos on upcoming projects, which I think are really good in terms of pre-sales on my channel. I always talk about pre-sales. Well, in the past, that was my main thing. And I still want to focus on those because that's where you can really make insane gains with the most minimal risk, where you can put in really small amounts and get really big amounts out. So that's the goal. Hopefully things will keep going good and the good news keeps coming out. Hopefully you guys found this video informative. I'd appreciate if you can subscribe to my channel. Always appreciate that. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.